Kristin has the dirtiest jokes in the band by a country mile.
Oh yeah, that's my other talent.
That one.
Not safe for this environment.
My musical influences, and I know that we all have different ones, and that's how we come together in this line of work. But for me specifically, Sam Cooke was one of my favorite singers of all time. So I'm a super soul guy, and I went down that rabbit hole going through Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys too, she's cool. But I'm talking about more Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, and kind of just in that soul pocket for me. And then I grew up in a very West Indian American household, so it's calypso vibes. It's and we're very open to music, so we get everything, right? So that's when my dad was listening to Barbara Mandrell when I was little, Willie Nelson, people like that, and my mom was who hooked me up with Luther. You can't go wrong with Luther. Right, so there's so much colors when it comes to my voice and so many influences. But I would say my standout would be somebody like Seal, because when he was on the radio, like Kiss from a Rose, that was played everywhere, right? And so that's why I believe that I love not just roots music, but I can be genre fluid. And I get to do that within this band because we're colored by so much. So.
My influences being the fiddle player in a rock band are, there are many. Well, I kind of came up listening to Alison Krauss and Union Station, a lot of bluegrass and a lot of fiddle heroes, but also Jean-Luc Ponty and with Mahavishnu and I was exposed to so many different contexts for violin at a young age that I have always been intrigued with what are the different contexts for violin outside of just orchestra. And I love playing in orchestras too, but so this was like a beautiful band to join for me because I get to play a little bit of bluegrassy, little country, and also explore a rock genre.
My dad's a guitar player, and so he loved country music. So my bread and butter, and probably still to this day, it's like 90s country music. So like Hal Ketchum, Marty Stewart, Leroy Parnell, like Black Hawk, all of that stuff. Like there's not a week that goes by I don't listen to it. Jazz was also in there. Like growing up, I got really into jazz, like Chick Corea, nice. John Patitucci, Dave Weckl, Steve Gadd. Steve Gadd, we could talk for hours about him. But yeah, but those type of influences. And then Stevie Ray Vaughan was huge. My dad introduced me to Clapton, and then I picked up a guitar around the time that John Mayer first came out, which was like my generation's guitar hero, and so that spoke to me on so many levels that like being in the Ghost Hounds is so fun because I can blend my 90s country influences with blues, and it's authentic to me. Like I can go to my Rolodex and I don't feel like I'm like playing a role. Right. I feel like I can be a member of the band and go, yeah, this is what I'd be playing anyway, and we get to do it together. Exactly. So we've all kind of come from different places in life and different parts of the country, like to end up in Ghost Hounds, which for me, I knew of the band long before I ever got into it. Our other guitar player and songwriter, Thomas Toll, I was selling a vintage Marshall amplifier online, and he purchased it. And we became guitar buddies. So when I'd be playing in other touring bands and come through Pittsburgh, where we're based out of and where our studio is, he'd come out and bring a guitar and we'd just like pal around like buds. And then I got a call, I don't know, it's probably coming up on 3 years ago. He's like, hey, you want to come play with the band? And at first I said no, because I've got 2 little girls at home and I was very happy. I had done the touring thing in my past musical life. And he was like, come on, man, we're buds. We both love rock and blues. And he goes, come play 5 songs. And if you don't like it, you can go home. And I showed up in the room and plugged a Les Paul into an old Marshall, and we played for 2 hours. And I was like, I'm home. This is my flavor of rock and country and blues. I'm in this band. So he reeled me back in from retirement. So that's how I came upon it.
Okay. So anyway, so for me, how did I come to the band? I got on stage, I did my thing, and there was somebody in the crowd who came up to me afterwards and he was like, dude, like, you're a legend. And I was like, thanks, bro, and kind of kept it pushing, right? We exchanged Instagrams, numbers, and come to find out that was actually the previous lead of Ghost Hounds. And he liked me so much because he wants to go explore his own solo career, but he made a call and said, you have to check this guy out. So.
And it was a done deal.
Yeah. So basically what happened
showed up and
is,
that was it.
And I had like this, manifestation gratitude journal thing. And I had written maybe for 90 days straight. I was like, I am thankful that I get to start my full-time career as a musician on January 1st, 2024. And on January 1st, 2024, I flew out to meet my band. So that's my story. And then with our now mutual friend, everybody, I got on a call with him and my new bandmates, and he said, I feel like we've been looking for you. And I was just like, exactly what Tyler said. It felt like I was home.
And 2 months later, we played a 90-minute show.
Yep.
With this iteration, and it's been onward and upward ever since.
Yep.
And now we've made a record.
3 months after that.
We made
the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Absolutely. It was incredible.
I guess like a couple years ago, they kind of started experimenting with adding fiddle to records. And I think they had someone local come in and fill in on fiddle, but they were looking for someone more permanent. And they kept asking around. And weirdly, they called me to come fill in on a gig once, and I wasn't available, and I didn't know the name of the band or anything. They just told me dates, and I was like, I can't do them. And then like several months later, they called me again, and we didn't realize that we'd already connected, but it was the right time. And I filled in on a show opening for the Rolling Stones in Berlin. That was my first show with Ghost Hounds. And again, it was kind of like magic. Like we all hit it off, where after a few months, they're like, actually, instead of just filling in, do you want to join the band? And fiddle has been a part of the sound ever since for a couple of years. So, once again, it's like kind of finding your family, kind of finding your home.
Yeah, I would say that when it comes to tour life and opening for some of the biggest acts in the world, for me specifically, the Rolling Stones, it has been an adjustment, but I will say, because it's different from, young tour life where you're just like, okay, let's try to make this happen and go to these little bars, right? You go from stages like that to amphitheaters, right, and to stadiums, and I think it kind of takes you back because I felt, for me personally, when I was just doing sound check in Atlanta, I was like, I get to do this. Like, of all people, like, I get to do this now. And then as soon as the show started, I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this for the rest of my life, 100%. It's like you feel electric, and you realize that crowd is there for the Stones, right? And so you do have to put your face paint on, and you have to go to war, and then you convert new fans all the time. But we do this, and when we do this, I just love seeing the looks on people's faces. Meeting somebody today who was just like, I remember you from Atlanta. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. So that's what I would say.
No, absolutely. Being on tour with this group is so fun. We get into the studio and everyone, it's such an honor to play with such accomplished musicians where you feel like you're all fingers of the same hand. Mm-hmm. And there's a part of me personally that needs that in my musical journey. I love the creativity. But when we get to go play these shows, and we're so lucky to get to go open for these artists, it's incredible to see the songs come to life that Thomas has written and that we play. And it's really incredible, as SAVNT said, it's an amazing feeling to walk out realizing, A, you're so lucky to be there and you've worked so hard, but B, like, you only have 30 minutes to earn this crowd's respect, and you hope that they don't, do what they need to do before they see the band they came to see. It's been so motivating and so special to watch these folks, as you get into the second, third, fourth song of your 7-song set. By the end of it, they love it. And we go out to watch the Stones, and people come up, and they're so incredible, and it feels like so much unity, and it's so beautiful to get to share that and organically make these new fans. So we're very fortunate in that way.
So one of my favorite fan stories, I'll say this, is Stones opening in Vancouver.
I love this story.
So there was this guy who had this like silver jacket. You can't really see it, but he was off to the side and he was giving us so much love. Got off stage and we went into the crowd because I'm going to watch the Stones. I have to watch them from the pit, you know? So we get off stage, we go into the crowd and this guy was like, you guys rocked it. And he literally took off his like glittery jacket and said, you earned this. And it was his like self-embroidered jacket that had the big Rolling Stones like
the lips and tongue on the back, yeah.
I still have that. So I was just like, yo, that's probably my favorite fan story of all time. Yeah. One thing that I would have to have with me, that's not a musical item, that helps ground me. And don't think I'm cheesy for this, but my wife, 110,000%. We pray literally before every single show. And that's the one face I could look out into the crowd and be like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I have a Bible that my folks gave me when I was really young that always stays in the front pocket of my backpack. Even though I don't get it out as often as I should, I don't ever go anywhere without it. And that's my way of carrying God with me and my parents with me because they influenced me so much. And then pictures of my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What am I going to say? My yoga mat after that?
Yeah, because you let us borrow it sometimes.
Right.
And the massage tools for when we're...
I bring massage tools.
And tea. She brings tea.
And tea.
I bring my yoga mat, tea, and massage
What we require is whatever Kristin brings in her bag.
So where I'm hoping to go in the future is the Grammys. I think we all want that, right? But what it's done, I feel like for me, this big hit when it comes to social media has kind of shaped me in more of a personal way because I was able to connect with someone like Lainey, who you realize is just a genuinely good person. And I think from the outside looking in, you never know what these people are like. They always say never meet your heroes, right? But she kind of like helped me to believe in the fact that there really are good people and great people in this industry. So I would say from a personal way, that's a personal win for me.
Yeah, this last year has been really net positive for this band in so many ways. We've gotten our image out there and our music on social media with the recent release of our album Almost Home. Which we're so proud of. It's like, I look at it as a before and after. Before that, we were all great friends in this band. And, you know, it's still relatively new, so you're finding your place. The past year of having that success, the record release, getting to collaborate with Patty Griffin, getting to collaborate with Lainey Wilson, getting to cover, you know, Hal Ketchum's song, which is really special to me. It made us a band. Now we're a band. And we have a sound that we make together, and we're in the studio right now working on new music, some acoustic stuff. We've got a blues record that may or may not be coming out in the next little while that really digs in to those influences that we're really excited about. And we're always making music, but getting back in after those two kind of milestones has made us, everyone has their spot. And when we create, there's not even a lot of talk about it anymore. We just play, and that's been really special. Hudson Freeman. Kristin, did I just take yours?
Well, he introduced me to him. I feel like he's got like a song going viral right this moment.
Yeah.
But probably by the time this comes out, he'll have like 10 songs that are going viral.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Marcus King. Love him.
Yeah.
And Leon Bridges. But that's because it's a throwback to my Sam Cooke. You know what I'm saying? I have to have that. Ooh, live album for me.
Studio.
It's gonna sound a little better.
I want the rawness. I need a crack in there. You know what I'm saying?
Is water wet?
Cereal is not a soup because you don't cook it up with the milk.
Ooh.
They're added last minute together. It's its own entity.
I will have to second that. Cereal is not a soup.
Cereal is not a soup. No. Because the bread is connected at the bottom. It's not two separate pieces with something in the middle. Now, you can definitely break that, but a hot dog is its own entity.
Good job.
Hot dog, a taco.
Yes,
It's more of a taco than a sandwich, yeah. 100%.
No.
It depends on how hot
Sometimes
it is.
to TSA it is. To TSA it is. Missed a flight.
Because of
Missed
yogurt?
a flight because of yogurt being considered a liquid.
Wow.
And it was that nice kind with the little bit of fruit in there. Noosa.
Dang.
It was a Noosa. She sacrificed my Noosa.
I typically know a fun fact about everyone that I meet and have known for a little while. Something that usually shocks them. Fun fact about Kristin is she was Instrumentalist of the Year. Just found that out. Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
And Americana.
Yep.
And fun fact about Tyler is... Actually, skip that. No, JK. When it comes to Tyler, fun fact about Tyler is he always wears black. Black is probably his favorite color. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that
What's fun about that fact?
Okay, all right, fine. Another fun fact would be that, and he kind of alluded to this, but he grew up listening to Hal Ketchum, so it was a kind of like a full circle moment where we actually were able to do Pass the Point and Rescue, and I saw how kind of emotional he got because it was excited he got about bringing
My dad's
song.
band played that song when I was like 4 years old. Like I've heard that song my whole life. I thought it was a joke at first when Thomas was like, "You heard, like, do you like Hal Ketchum?" And I was like, "Where's the camera?" But yeah, it was really special to get to like send that to my dad and like his bandmates that were in a band when I was a kid. That inspired me and be like, you'll never believe this.
Oh, and one more. He started out as a drummer. He was a drummer first, and then he got into guitar. I know my band.
I'm not good at anything else, so I play music.
Fair.
I have psychic dreams. Yeah,
Wow.
And she's very good at Reiki.
that's my hidden talent. That's only 2 though. We're maxing out at 2.
Kristin has the dirtiest jokes in the band
God.
by a country mile.
That's my other talent.
Tell one.
Not safe for this environment.
Oh.
Meet me at the bar.
Hey stunning people, if you're loving our music, make sure to give us a like and a subscribe, and comment below who you want to see next.